Let's talk about the electoral map that Donald Trump recently sent out. With just over 2 weeks until Election Day, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has released an electoral map that is completely and utterly delusional. Trump emailed his supporters in the last 48 hours, did one of these big fundraising emails, and he sent out an electoral map, which I will show you shortly. But before I do that, here is the quote that Trump campaign manager and delusional in charge Kellyanne Conway sent out. The wording is hilarious. In this email, and just wait until you see this map, Kellyanne Conway said, Donald Trump must reach 270 electoral votes to win the presidency. Okay, that's true. At least there's something that's accurate in this email. She goes on to say, we've outlined a map to show where we currently stand, as well as the possible paths forward to win. Over the past month, polls have shown us winning Iowa, Ohio, Maine, Florida, Nevada, and North Carolina. If we maintain our leads in those 6 states, leads that don't exist, as I'll show you in a second, we can reliably claim 266 electoral votes, and Hillary can claim 193. So I read this and I said, okay, over the past month, polls have shown us winning in, like, for example, Maine. So I thought it must be technically true, right? There must be some poll over the last month that has shown Donald Trump ahead in Maine, but I couldn't find a single one. And I looked pretty hard this morning. So lies. This is a lie. But here's the part where it's really rich. And if you're listening on the radio or to the podcast, I encourage you to check out this clip on YouTube to look at the map that I'm going to put up for you. This is the map that the fundraising email linked to. You'll notice a ton of red states. You'll notice very few blue states, and you'll notice a ton of gray states. Gray is code on the Trump map. In Trump's world, the world where he only sexually assaults women that are attractive enough, right? That's the world this guy is living in. All of these gray states that you're looking at, Maine, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Virginia, all of these states are too close to call, according to the Trump campaign. So I said, well, let's look at some of these, right? For example, the map says Pennsylvania is too close to call. Polling average in Pennsylvania is Hillary Clinton +5, historically blue state. Virginia on this map is gray, meaning too close to call. This is hilarious because Donald Trump has conceded Virginia. Trump has made the call that they are so far behind in Virginia that it's not worth investing any more money in Virginia. They've left Virginia. Trump has conceded Virginia. And Kellyanne Conway sends out an email saying, hey, Virginia's too close to call. Donate so we can fight for you. And then Colorado. On what planet is Colorado too close to call? Clinton +7 there in an average of recent polls. No momentum for Trump. No change in sight. Trump is lying to his supporters to get them to donate. Imagine getting this email, Rachel, and saying, oh, Virginia, I want Trump to fight for me in Virginia. Here's $50. Trump has left Virginia.
Yeah, this is very, very bizarre. I mean, he could technically still, if he got nationally...
Yeah, millions, he could win, I know.
Yeah, exactly. But the other issue, I guess, is that he doesn't realize that to win, he would need to get all of the states that Romney had in 2012, and that's just not happening. That's
right. This map, Pat, doesn't even have Trump already with Romney's 2012 states, and Romney lost. This is just totally delusional.
And do you know what the most hilarious aspect of this whole story is?
That Donald Trump is the Republican nominee.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Kellyanne Conway's numbers don't even add up. If you take those red states on the map and then add the 6 states where they say that Trump is polling well, that only gets Trump to 263, and Hillary will be at 197. So even her own math is off there.
But even her lies are wrong.
Yeah, but I feel like we all know that math is not her best subject.
If you're a Trump supporter, do you justify this by saying, well, it doesn't matter that it's all lies and that the money you donate and say, I'm from this state, try to win this state, will never go to trying to win that state? Do you justify it by saying, hey, the guy's got to raise money somehow? I mean, will the trumpeters come up with some way of justifying the lies?
No, but what's more terrifying to me, despite all of his ridiculous lies, is that he still has any support with what's happened recently, everything that has come out against his assaults against women and everything in that nature. So I don't understand.
Well, you're going to have a bad November 8th then, Rachel, because win or lose, Trump is going to have millions and millions and millions of people voting for him on November 8th. So I would prepare yourself.
Right.
I know you're not like a safe space type of person, but I would
No.
have something lined up for November 8th.
I'll try, but what's going to happen in Utah?
So I'm guessing you checked out what's going. Utah is an interesting state where Trump will probably win. But what was it, Pat? We talked Monday, I think, where Evan McMullen, the independent Mormon candidate in Utah, is within the margin of error. And if I mean, the Republican nominee not having Utah guaranteed is a huge deal.
Yeah, it's a four-way race, it seems, at this point between Evan McMullen, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Gary Johnson's even polling well, too, there.
Yeah. If you were in Utah, Rachel, would you be voting Trump? No, even in Utah, you wouldn't go nuts.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I thought. The question some have been emailing in about is, David, could the polls be wrong and this is Brexit 2.0? That's a very fair question that I don't have time for today, but I'm going to address it tomorrow specifically and clearly and step by step, the way I like to do. Let's take a break. I'm on Twitter. If you have any thoughts about this, I am on Twitter at @dpakman. I've talked about how people of all ages, but particularly millennials, are owning cars less and participating more in the sharing economy. And one of the more popular options is Zipcar, which gets you a car when you want it, when you need it. They offer all sorts of cars, SUVs, hybrids, whatever you need. It includes insurance and it includes gas. You just pay for the time that you actually use the car. And you can reserve the car online, from your smartphone, over the phone. Then you unlock it with your Zip card. Each car share member reduces their personal CO2 emissions by between 1,100 and 1,600 pounds per year. For our audience, Zipcar is offering $25 of free driving credit if you sign up at joinzipcar.com/David. Support our show, reduce your carbon emissions and your spending on cars. Sign up at joinzipcar.com/David.